Hey everybody. So for today's yoga tip, I wanted to talk about alignment of a really common pose that we use a lot in every sun salutation. So you're going to run into this quite a bit if you have a yoga practice and go to yoga classes in a studio, or even if you're doing YouTube videos at home. I want to walk through the alignment because it can really be a fairly significant adjustment for some folks. So in the standing portion of the sun salutation, you will hear the cue halfway lift, right? And so you'll be in a fold. They'll say exhale, fold, right? So you're rounded. Then they'll cue inhale, halfway lift. Sometimes they'll say hands to the shins, and they'll flatten out the back. Exhale, fold, and inhale up. And what I find is a lot of people think that they have a flat back, but often they're not sure. You can't necessarily see yourself, and they are not fully flattening the back. And so instead, they often look more like this. So they exhale, fold, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. They are still rounded, especially in the shoulders or in that lower back. Okay, so if you attend classes in a studio that has mirrors, I really recommend next time when you're in class, really check out your alignment, see if your back is flat. You might think that you're flattening your back when you're really not. And I want to walk you through a few of the things to think about as you're really trying to find that position of halfway lift. Okay, so in the fold, right, your head is rounded, the shoulders are rounded, and they often will say hands will come to the shins because that's kind of a nice base alignment for a lot of people. But you want to think about, similar to cat and cow, that belly button, you want to think about sinking the belly button and notice what that does here in this lower back. As I sink the belly button, it flattens there and it sends my hips back so I can get a longer, flatter back. And then you're going to look kind of straight down at the mat and then think about the shoulders and pulling them in line. Okay? So I'm not just moving hands to shins and staying rounded, right? It's not really about the hands to the shins. You can be at halfway lift at any height, really. Right? So I can flatten my back here. I can flatten my back here. I can flatten here, 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 right? And then round. It's about the flattening it out. And so whether you're here, here, or higher, right? It's really about sink that belly button, send the hips back, and pull those shoulder blades in line. Okay? And so again, if you take classes and there are mirrors, check it out, right? When they cue halfway lift, really think about, am I flattening, am I pulling those shoulders back so that they're in line? Or you can always ask your instructor too, hey, I wanted you to double check my halfway lift. Is my back flat? And sometimes they might bring their hand and place it kind of in the center of the back and say like press here, right? And that's kind of that lowering of the belly button to flatten out in that middle section. So I hope that helps. I also would love to have you join me in class if you live in the area. And otherwise, until next time, I'll see you later. Happy yogaing.